Here's the 1960 Curtis Mathis AM/FM radio phono chassis. I've got all new caps in it, and the amplifier portion is working, but the tuner portion wasn't. So now I'm going right to the IF cans, and I already repaired the FM IF here. I put the caps on there. I found out that I was actually using a 40 picofarad cap in there, so I just put two 22s together in parallel for that. Now I'm working on the AM stages because neither the AM nor FM would work on this. This is a fairly easy IF can to repair. Just take the top off and see there's the bad mica. I've already bent the contacts back on it. We'll just remove the mica and put the new caps on. Someone else had already replaced the second AM IF with a cap that's going to be very difficult to repair. It's got a rivet that holds the mica on there. And I'm going to just put this back in and see if it works, because I was getting partial AM function, but it didn't work very good. So hopefully I won't have to end up repairing this one, because I'm going to have to drill that rivet out and then find another way to mount the coil on here. And I have done it before, but it's just a pain, and you just got to be real careful. So I'm going to put it back in and see if it works, and then definitely we can repair this one fairly easily. I've now got the mica removed, and I trimmed the old contacts so they wouldn't cause a short. I'm going to put it back in. I got the IF problems fixed on the Curtis Mathis. I found out that the second IF actually was still good. I had initially put in another one that I got from the junk Curtis Mathis chassis, but the core of the coil had frozen in there, and it ended up breaking the cardboard core when I tried to adjust it. So I just went back to the old one that had been replaced. The first IF I did have to rebuild with new caps, but the second one was actually a replacement, and it was working as is, so I just put it back and it worked fine. But now I was trying to adjust the tuning string on the FM tuner, and the string broke, and the way that this tunes stations is with this variable inductor here, and you can see it's got a core that moves in and out, and there's a string that attaches to the other end that wraps around this pulley to either pull or allow the core to go back in. It's got a spring here that pulls it back. So I was trying to adjust it like I had to do on the Motorola, because it was tuning in the stations at the wrong point on the dial. So when I was adjusting it, that string snapped somehow. So I'm going to have to take this module apart, see if I can super glue a new dial string onto this core and this variable inductor so I can repair that. We've now got the module disassembled, and here are the tuning slugs that go into the variable inductor. I've got all the components here. It looks like what I'm going to need to do is just to slip a new dial string through the entire string of components, and then put that back in the tube, tie one end of the string to the spring, and that's good. At least I won't have to try super gluing something. So I'll just put an entire new string in there and see if I can get that to work. Now we've got the new dial string attached to the tuning components, so I'm going to reinsert it back in the tube. And then I think what I'll have to do, well, I don't know if how I'll be able to do it. I may have to try and see if I can power up this module outside of the chassis with some alligator clip leads, and try and adjust this so that it'll bring in the stations at the right point. So now that I've got this reassembled with some knots on each end to hold the components together, I'm going to put it back in the tube. Now I've got the module reassembled. It was pretty painstaking to solder some of these tiny little wires back on, like the antenna wires, but hopefully I got it back together okay. So now I got the inductor, or got the slug in the inductor, so I can try and adjust it. I've now got the module reinstalled, and as I change the tension on the tuning string, you'll hear the station change.
Everybody's in such a good mood. Can I help you? Yes, have you lost my love? The 80s, 90s, and whatever. 95.1 Bob FM. Wish you would calculate it.
So let me reattach the tuning string to the pulley, and we'll see if we can get the tuning mechanism to work again. I think I've now got the module working pretty good. I tied the dial string around the shaft there, so you can see it.
He's a good singer right up there with patio furniture. Thursday, March 17th at 6.
Y Premium Gold de Certelli. Juntos y mucho más es lo que encontrarás en Woods Boots. No lo olvides, sí señor, Woods Boots es mejor. Damas, hoy es el tiempo perfecto para el pantalón perfecto en Woods Boots, ya que muchos están en especial. En Woods Boots, antes que se terminen, hay pantalones Not Your Daughter Jeans, Rock and Roll Cowgirl, Silver, Cool Girl y más, a mitad de precio. Ahora en pantalones en Woods Boots.
En Choice Furniture, entre más compras, más gana.
Sábado 19. Llega el consentido de Obed.
The dial calibration isn't exactly right, but that doesn't bother me a whole lot. The Motorola that uses the same type of tuner module is not exact either. So I think it's working pretty good. I can tune in most stations, although it doesn't seem to go much below 93, but it seems to work pretty decent. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore now that I got the string repaired. Now I can get most of the stations I like to listen to.
Opening in Midland, Saturday, March 26th. 111 West.
I've now got the chassis hooked back up to the console.
So come see what all the excitement's about.
I had put it back into the console earlier, but the FM quit working. And I found out that there was some bad connections at the tube pins on the FM tuner module. So I sprayed all the FM tubes pins with some contact cleaner and put them back in, and it seems to work now. So I'm going to put the chassis back in the console, and then we can demonstrate it. Now I've got to reassemble back into the console.
Mix 106.7 is KCHX Midland, Odessa.